G'day viewers, once more, the end of the week means it's time for Totally Fucked Up Friday. Even if this video is a little bit late, let's just, for the sake of familiarity, pretend it's still Friday. Maybe it's still Friday where you are. I'm doing this early Saturday morning. But let's go ahead. What was fucked up this week? And yes, yet again, the Australian federal government and fuckwit-in-chief, Tony Abbott in particular, did provide much more material this week. I've already made a video about his ridiculous, bordering on insane comments about shirt-fronting Vladimir Putin, but pretty much on the same day, he said something, well, honestly, much, much worse. Because mouthing off at Putin is one thing, but saying stuff that is essentially detrimental to all of humanity is something else. And the fuckwit's opening a new coal mine, which is honestly about the last thing the world needs. Yes, it really benefits a very tiny number of people. And he'll tell us lies about how it's going to create lots of jobs. These people will do everything in their power to change the law to bring in overseas workers who will work for close to slave wages. But, you know, the bit that really got me, the money shot, and the fuckwit knew what he was doing when he said that. He goes, coal is good for humanity. And went on to eulogise coal at great lengths, saying it's essential for the prosperity of the world. Fuck you, dickhead. Coal is poisoning humanity. Coal is one of the major contributors to greenhouse gases, which is causing global warming, which will fucking kill an enormous amount of humanity if shitheads like you get your way. And the whole, oh, it's essential for prosperity. No, it lets a small number of people make a lot of money at the expense of everyone else in the short term. And the long-term damage economically worldwide as sea levels rise and weather gets more extreme is in the trillions. It's basically incalculable, the economic damage expanding the use of coal is. This fuckwit is not just doing everything possible to have more coal burn and put more pollution into the atmosphere. He's actively trying to destroy alternative energy. The country, Australia, which should be the world leader in solar, geothermal, and wind, these fuckwits are actively destroying scientific advances in that area. This guy is a piece of shit. He's a fucking troll, and I swear to God, probably in his own lifetime, he's going to see the sort of destruction that his fucked up, shit-eating policies have caused. I just can't say it often enough. I am not a young person. I have seen a few governments in this country, and this is so far beyond anyone else for just being the worst in virtually any way imaginable, and the fucker's only just got started. He's only been in power a year, and he's only going to get worse. Jesus, you want to see me get angry? Just keep watching over the next couple of years. Oh my God, I need to move on. But you know, thinking of Australia, when you see a headline that says, emu loose in traffic, police give chase, you go, oh, that's Australia. Bloody emus, big ostrich-like birds, loose in traffic. No, that wasn't Australia. That story was actually from California, in Orange County. Someone had an emu in their yard as a pet, and it got loose and caused quite a stir. You know you can't keep emus as pets in Australia. This wouldn't happen. Well, it would happen in some of the smaller towns or perimeter suburbs where a wild emu. But the idea that someone's got an emu as a pet, we don't allow that in Australia. You do have emu farms, you have wild emus, but you don't have emus in backyards, okay? That's just weird. They're like 6 foot tall. Who the hell wants a 6 foot tall bird who at any moment could just go, oh, I'm bored. I wonder what your eyes taste like. Bad idea, people. Don't keep emus as pets. Bad idea. That's why we don't do it. And I want to do a few seasonal stories to round up. First season, driven by the US, but spreading around the world, Halloween. And usually the annual scare stories, oh, Halloween, there's poison, there's drugs, there's razor blades, which has never been true. That shit has basically never happened. That's all hype. But now, with pot being legalized, particularly in Colorado, where it's fully legal, there's medicinal marijuana in a lot of places in the US now, but with just recreational marijuana being legal in Colorado, people are worried that the kids are going to be given pot candy, chocolate laced with THC and other things. And it's like, yeah, everyone I know who does dope is not just going to give it out to strangers. But look, I think California, well, no, this isn't California, Colorado parents should be vigilant. And by vigilant, I mean, you've got a better excuse than I have. If my kids ever get a lot of lollies and chocolates and stuff, it's like, I better test that to make sure it's safe. But you can really, really say it. I mean, there's a tiny, infinitesimally small possibility that someone who thinks it's funny would give pot candy to kids. Really, the odds of it happening are tiny. I'm not even joking. The kids are more likely to be hit by a car while out trick-or-treating than they are to get pot candy. But as parents, you must take the responsible role and basically taste test everything. Or just take everything and say it might not kick in for a couple of hours, so you can't have any. And on the off chance you do get some pot candy, then you'll probably get the munchies and want to eat it all, and just say to the kids, it was all bad. I mean, it's for the kids, okay? Colorado parents, just eat everything they get. That's the only way to be safe. Your kids will thank you. Well, they won't. They might suffocate you while you sleep, because kids get really vindictive about that. But it's worth the risk. Oh, no. I always see online, Americans, a lot of Americans hate on candy corn, which comes out in Halloween. I kind of like it. My young Mr. Angry, it's his favourite. I don't know when I said young Mr. Angry, I'm pretending he's small. He's only 14 now. Yes, 14, if you remember, he's in the videos years ago when he was tiny. He's 14 now. But he's like this tall. I think I've got 1 year of being taller than him. And then I'll just be, you go to your room now. Went off the track then, didn't I? But he likes candy corn. I always say, look, hey, Americans, if you think your Halloween candy shit, let's do a swap. I'll send you Tim Tams. We get all good flavours now. So, I mean, just go for it. I did not intend this to trail off into someone send me American Halloween candy, because the stuff we get's not as good, and I'll send you Tim Tams. But I did it. And, of course, the other seasonal thing is Christmas. In parts of the world that don't focus so much on Halloween, stores have been putting Christmas stuff up, I don't know, for a month or two now. And I note in Paris they got a well-known artist to put up a Christmas tree, an artistic rendition of a Christmas tree in Paris. It looks like this, which, as everyone who's ever seen a butt plug has said, that's a butt plug, not a Christmas tree. And you're thinking, no, it's an artistic Christmas tree. Why would you think that? It's like if you look at other stuff done by the same artist. He had one installation in Hong Kong that his sculpture was of a giant pile of shit. And apparently he had another one in London that had animatronic George W. Bush's fucking pigs. This is not a guy who does subtle. This is a guy who's been paid to put a giant butt plug on display. And there's a lot of people saying, particularly really conservative people, apparently saying, oh, that's awful, you've got to take it down. And my favourite quote was someone saying it made them feel a little uncomfortable. Honestly, if a butt plug that big only makes you a little uncomfortable, wow, you're way more adventurous than me. But I think the people of Paris should embrace this. We all could, because we should just be updating Christmas carols, I think. And, well, you know, it could be, have yourself a merry little butt plug. Or, it's beginning to look a lot like butt plugs. And it's just like, you know, I don't want one. Okay, it's like, it's all anyone in Paris is going to be thinking about is butt plugs, because there's a giant one that they're going to see all the time. It's like, is everyone gonna, it's gonna put the idea into people's heads. Well, what do you, the people are telling me it's a butt plug. What do? You actually plug your butt. Why would you do that? Some people find it pleasurable. You know, bored? Try, see, this is where things go wrong, right? You put the idea in people's head, and then they're a bit bored, or maybe after their third bottle of wine with dinner, they go, yeah, and this is gonna be Christmas with a difference. Hey there, brief goodbye message. I know the Tony Abbott rants I've been doing in particular have been getting me a lot of new viewers, so if you've never seen before, welcome. If you like what I do and want to see more, subscribe, and if you want to help, best thing you can do is share the video through all the social medias and tell your friends they should come and watch and subscribe as well, because I do this a lot. So if you enjoy it, come back and I'll do it some more.